Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Live Dharma from One Temple in North Carolina. Wow, it's already the last Sunday of February. Time flies. Together we will meditate and listen to a Dharma talk from our fellow practitioner, Anne Freeman, about the power of turning the mind. At the end of her talk in the live chat, you may share one point you would like to carry with you. Now, shall we do our 5-minute Qigong movement? Please stand up. Now let's shake our fingers, wrist, elbows. Shake, loosen up, and then sway our arms. And then you can feel you're hitting your kidney or low back. Let me hear the sound. Slapping, hitting, waking up your kidneys. This time your shoulders. Shoulders. Let your arms swing and hit. Very good. Thank you. Now cross the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, drop. Breathe in and drop. This time, let's move our arms to the side. It's called hummingbirds. Breathe in, breathe out. If you want to be, can be a crane. The other way. Breathe in. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Last. Very good. And we always enjoy doing circle exercise, circle. So from our neck, make a nice circle. Slower the better. It's called one exercise. Hands on our shoulders, make a nice circle, loosen up shoulder sockets. And the other way. Now hands side back, nice big circle, loosen our hips, pelvic floor, each side 2 times. Now finally our ankles. And toes. Oh, we missed one. Our wrist. Talking about wrist and fingers, open fingers, close fingers, the opposite way. This time, why don't we do rainbow? Breathe in. Move to the side. Close our fingers. Nice gentle full fist. Pause. Open fingers. Back to center. The other way. Close off each finger completely. Do you see the rainbow? Opening. One more round. Fully close our fingers, gentle full fist. Release. Rainbow. We may have a rainbow. It's a little bit rainy, misty day. And drop. This time we're going to close with internal organ, vibrational Qi Gong. There are different sounds that support our internal organs. First, our liver. The sound for liver is sound, vibration to relax our liver. Breathe in together. Please join us. Breathe in. This time with the hand movements, everybody please join. Breathe in, relax our liver. This time, by releasing the sound, try to release any energy of anger and outburst. Whenever there is any experience of anger and outburst, it can accumulate on our liver. So that's the kind of Asian medicinal approach. This time, try to release any deep down anger or outburst with the sound. This time, heart. Sound to relax our heart. Together, breathe in. Breathe in together. Relax our heart with the sound. Our heart tend to grab fright and anxiety. So release any anxiety that may be accumulated in our heart area. Breathe in. 같이 해주세요. This time, our tummy, stomach. The sound to relax our stomach is if we are overthinking or over-worried, our stomach can get very tight. So let's relax our tummy with the sound. With the hands, breathe in. Breathe in. This time, sound for our lungs. The sound of our lungs is. So fill our lungs and release the sound. Our lungs have a tendency to grab grief, sorrow energy. Let's release grief and sorrow. Breathe in. Lastly, kidneys. Can you guess the sound for kidneys? Let's make our kidneys happy. our kidneys tend to grab the emotion of fear. Let's release fear by relaxing our kidneys. Breathe in.
I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite beneficence of nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring the beneficence from parents, ancestors, and all those who have had a nurturing role in my life. I bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guides us, protects us, and promotes justice. The method of sitting meditation. Meditation is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. Take time to find your most comfortable position on the floor or in a chair. Sit up tall, straighten your spine, keep your lower back strong. Wiggle to release any tension in your body. Rock front to back or side to side until you find the point of perfect balance. Open your eyes and look straight ahead with a level gaze. Let your eyelids relax and drift downward to the most comfortable place. Scan your entire body to see if there is any tension, especially in your face and head, neck and shoulders. While keeping your ears softly aligned with your shoulders, tuck your chin in slightly and let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Enjoy the sensation of your arms and hands relaxing. Invite your awareness to abide in your Qi energy field. This energy field is called Danjan, and it is located about 2 inches below your navel. Your Danjan is the power center for your breathing. place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. While your tongue is relaxed on your palate, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. This is a delightful sign of water energy ascending. Smile at your calm and clear spirit. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Do not react to them or play with them. Recognize them as just thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. Continue to bring your awareness back to your Danjan abiding breath. When your mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation. You will no longer feel any distinction between yourself and others, finding yourself free from the limits of time and place. May we be here now, deeply aware of our ever calm, ever alert spirit.
아심정한 사유의 아심도 존재와 동일체하여 등지동심정 존재영의 아심정한 사유의 아심도 존재와 동일체하여 등지동심정 존재영의 아심정한 사유의 아심도 존재와 동일체하여 존지동심도 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 존재영의 아심정한 사유의 아심도 존재와 동일체하여 존지동심도. Prayer for world peace. Grace of heaven and earth, grace of parents, grace of fellow beings, grace of laws. O Dharmakaya Buddha fourfold grace, may we take refuge in Dharma and be filled with compassion and wisdom. May we transform delusion into wisdom, greed into generosity, resentment into gratitude, discord into harmony, and hatred into compassion. May all nations grow and benefit mutually. May the strong help the weak, and may the weak learn and evolve according to Dharma. May all those who have died from world conflicts and disasters be delivered through all obstacles and be at rest. May there be peace throughout the world. May all beings enjoy tranquility and happiness, living in their original true nature. This we pray with our whole heart. 나무 아미타불 나무 아미타불 나무 아미타불 나무 아미타불. 일원성 서원문 이론은 얻어도 다들 입정처이 도유무초의 생사문임과 천지부모 동포범률의 본원이요 제불교사범부 중생의 성부무 능히 성유상하고 능히 성부상하여 유상으로 보면 상주불멸로 여여자연하여 무량세계를 전개하여 무상으로 보면 우주의 성주괴공과 만물의 생로병사와 사세계 심신작용을 따라 육도로 변화를 시켜 혹은 진급으로 혹은 강급으로 혹은
사용하는 공부를 지성으로 알려진 득이 되고 은혜는 이를 지언 강급이 되고 해독은 입지 아니하리로서 일원의 위력을 얻도록까지 서원하고 일원의 재성에 합하도록까지
Dharma words from Master Chongsan, verse 19, chapter 14, Birth and Death. I am filled with grief when I think of our many members who met with a tragic end during the Korean War. Even a great sage like the sixth patriarch, Huineng, was visited by a person who came to take his life, an event that occurred because of his past karma. As you departed spirits traveled through birth and death over infinite times, how could you not have had some opportunities to create karma of mutual harm? Your tragic ends this time have provided you with an opportunity to pay off a big lump of your past debts. Thus, if you freely accept your tragic deaths and resolve never again to accrue more debts of mutual harm, your spiritual paths will be forever illuminated. Attempting to get even through renewed conflict will become a source of mutual harm, and your negative affinities will not cease. All departed spirits must let go of anger and attachments and take refuge in the Buddha's great way of mutual life-giving, which is perfectly interfused and free from hindrances. By just one shift in your thinking, the path of mutual life-giving will open up, and all of us will be in harmony. On the other hand, having a single unwholesome thought will drive us all to ruin along a path of mutual conflict, where you and I will both perish. All sentient beings are fellow beings and siblings who have been born within a single truth and within a single heaven and earth. Hence, we are solely responsible whether we create a hell or construct a heaven of this world. This being the case, shouldn't we create a fine world and a wonderful paradise of ultimate bliss? For many of you deceased spirits, if you retain no resentments or grudges in your minds, then your unwholesome karma will gradually be extinguished on its own. On the other hand, even if you have no more remaining transgressive karma, if your minds retain resentment and grudges, your unwholesome karma will never disappear. Therefore, departed spirits, whether you lived well or not, or were unjustly accused, or died innocently, you must let go of everything to attain complete liberation and deliverance. Only with a pure mind and the great path of mutual life-giving will you be reborn with a smile on your face and with a delightful destiny in a blissful land.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here with you today and share my own reflections on the passage you just heard. Recently, my Dharma study group has been focusing on a chapter in the Big Red Book of Scriptures entitled Birth and Death,
The passage you just heard came from that chapter. There is a specific sentence in that chapter that gave me great pause. Master Changsan, one of the founding Master Sodeson's first disciples, is actually talking to spirits of people who have died in the Korean War. He says, and I quote, "By just one shift in your thinking, the path of corresponding life-giving, where you and I can both live, will open up and all of us will be in harmony." I thought when I first read this passage, whoa, that's a tall order. Just one shift in one's thinking will change all that? It seemed incredulous to me. But it got me thinking about this shift, this turning of the mind, and I want to share with you all where that has led me. The first aspect I've been pondering of this turning of the mind pertains to our own individual, private, intimate with self experience of being conscious. It is this moment-to-moment flavor of being in our own bodies with our own personal minds. For me, it's what it's like to be Anne, moment to moment, day after day. I notice that for myself, that there is a frequent, if not omnipresent, pull toward unpleasant or downright painful inner states. This can take the form of a little fear here, a little doubt there, oh, here comes shame, oh, there's some sadness. It can range from the blahs to out-and-out suffering. A number of years ago, I was actually relieved to learn that neuroscientists have discovered that the human brain has what they call a negativity bias. That's their term. This thing our brains do actually has a scientific name now. This means that left to its own devices, our brains will be drawn to negative states, to emotional pain. One neuroscientist describes our brains as being Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. Gosh, what to do if this is our brain's default mode? This is where personal, private turning of the mind comes in. Rick Hanson, who wrote Buddha's Brain and Hardwiring Happiness, is a psychologist, neuroscientist, and a Buddhist. He talks about the healing effect on the brain of turning the focus of one's mind toward good-feeling stimuli. He identifies sensory stimuli, social interaction, and a sense of accomplishment as directions in which to steer the mind in order to elicit a better feeling inner state. He goes on to educate us that doing this naturally increases dopamine in the brain. And dopamine, in turn, is the neurotransmitter that increases motivation, capacity to learn well, and a sense of well-being or pleasure from living. Perhaps this is a way to describe what the very first essential dharma of daily practice is all about. That by letting go of these disturbances, we maintain the equanimity of our true nature. That by turning the mind, for example, to the visual beauty of the sky, or to the joy of sharing a laugh or a hug with a loved one, or to the gratification from acknowledging to ourselves a day of accomplishment of tasks and chores, we move ourselves to a new and different and more peaceful state of inner being. By just one shift in your thinking, all of us will be in harmony, Master Changsan said. The power of this turning applies as well to our relationships with others. This was made so real to me recently after I had a painful conversation with a good friend of 40 years. During this conversation, my friend said some words that hurt me deeply. After the conversation, I was full out suffering. For days, my mind churned with rehearsing what I was going to say to her. These imaginary conversations were either full of apologies and shame or blaming and anger. My mind seemed to burn with a myriad of painful feelings and thoughts. When I brushed my teeth, when I drove to work, when I had a few minutes between clients, at hundreds of moments during the day. I felt obsessed. I was agonizing. At some point I said to myself, okay, Anne, you are suffering. All the years you've been going to the temple and studying the Dharma have given you tools. Now is a time to use them, for heaven's sake. Master Chang San's words, by just one shift in your thinking, came again to mind. How can I shift my thinking, I wondered. To where can I turn my mind for relief? Happily, the fourth essential Dharma of daily practice came to mind. It says, let us replace unbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with faith, zeal, questioning, and dedication. In particular, the words unbelief turning into faith came to mind. I thought, what if I turn my mind from unbelief to faith in the love I do believe my friend and I have for each other? Friends, it was remarkable. My mind quieted, the tension in my body eased, and my heart softened. There was a sense of comforting space surrounding the pain within me. The pain still existed, but it felt reduced in power and surrounded by something significantly more peaceful and restful. To be honest, my mind can still go to an agonizing place regarding my friend. However, turning my mind from the disbelief, which sounded like she doesn't really care about me and maybe I don't really care about her, to the faith, the love between us is still real and present, has somehow cleared the air along the 500-mile geographic stretch between us. Communication is now lighthearted and loving. Turning my mind within literally a few seconds ended the suffering and radically changed my inner state. A third aspect of Master Chang San's words I'd like to talk about pertains to our own deaths. I will read the quote one more time. Please be reminded that he is talking to the spirit of a man who died. Master Chang San says, by just one shift in your thinking, the path of corresponding life-giving, where you and I can both live, will open up, and all of us will be in harmony. So this is a mind-blower. If I'm understanding the passage correctly, it is saying that even after death, as our spirit navigates whatever is on the other side, a simple shift in our spirit's thinking, turning of the mind, steering one's thoughts in a new direction toward what is good for ourselves and others, can open up like a door, entry for all of us into an existence of life-enhancing harmony. This is really hard for me to wrap my brain around, and perhaps I'm taking the passage too literally. One spirit's shift of thinking and we are all at peace? Really? Whether I am taking the passage too literally or not, I do believe Master Chang San is saying that a simple shift in thinking has enormous power. to change our experience of the moment, to change our relationships with others, and maybe even our experience of death. And he is saying something more. He is saying that our own individual shifts in thinking can have a profound effect on others, maybe even all others. By just one shift in thinking, I paraphrase, all of us will be in harmony. This connects us to one of the basic tenets of Won Buddhism, as well as most religions. That is, that we are all one. We are all interconnected. The tiniest flutter of the butterfly wing, as well as the seemingly tiniest shift inside our own private, most intimate self, both when we are alive and on the other side, can affect everything and everyone because we are all that inextricably connected. I know when I turn my mind in my day-to-day life to a better feeling place, I feel lighter and happier. With my friend, she must have sensed something different in me because the humor, warmth, and playfulness I so love and appreciate in her returned to her communications. And maybe, just maybe, after we die, this turning of the mind may bring greater harmony and peace, not only to our own souls, but also to the souls of others. As I near the end of my talk, I want to dispel any potential misconceptions. I chose this topic for my talk because it is something I am struggling with day by day. The phrase is turn the mind, and just one shift in your thinking could make it seem so simple, so easy. That is all we have to do and all will be well. But it is not so easy. Believing it can really make a difference. Remembering to do it. Finding the motivation to leave the painful or unpleasant inner or relational state, which is the human brain's negativity bias, all are really challenging. That negativity bias wants to take up as much bandwidth as possible. My hope with this talk is that it might inspire you to believe in its power, that the turning of our minds is worth it. It can bring relief in the moment, healing in some relationships, and possibly even add to the measure of goodness, harmony, and healing for us all.
Thank you, Anne, for your insightful and heartfelt sharing. One shift in our thinking. The word shift really stays in my mind. And I didn't know that this word can be so powerful. Thank you for this wonderful reminder. And dear friends, you're welcome to share your one takeaway or any keywords from today's message or today's practice. Also, we're going to have a couple of minutes silent reflection and meditation. You're welcome to share in live chat or join us in silence.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Please join us next week for our meditation service Saturday morning at 10 a.m. In the days ahead, may you enjoy the peace of mind and happiness of heart of your true nature.
Ten contemplations on Namu Amitabha in Korean. 염불 이 염불의 인연으로 삼계업장이 소멸하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 삼계업장이 소멸하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 시방세계가 청정하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 시방세계가 청정하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 임의망량을 여차히 항복하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 임의망량을 여차히 항복하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 육근이 항상 청정하여 대지의 광명을 바라여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 육근이 항상 청정하여 대지의 광명을 바라여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 심량이 광대하여 제불조사의 시민을 닮을 만한 대법기가 되어지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 심량이 광대하여 제불조사의 시민을 닮을 만한 대법기가 되어지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 생사의 자유를 얻어 육도를 임의로 왕래케 하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 생사의 자유를 얻어 육도를 임의로 왕래케 하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 무량세계 무량겁의 무량중생으로 하여금 불도를 이루어지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 무량세계 무량겁의 무량중생으로 하여금 불도를 이루어지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 삼세진루가 다 사라지고 심월만 목적해 하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 삼세진루가 다 사라지고 심월만 독촉해 하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 삼계의 유주무주의 고혼을 다 전독해 하여지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 삼계의 유주무주의 고혼을 다 전독해 하여지이다. 나무 아미타불 이 염불의 인연으로 무량하승직업에 흐를지라도 대성원대 법륜대 불태전이 되어지이다. 이 염불의 인연으로 무량하승직업에 흐를지라도 대성원대 법륜대 불태전이 되어지이다. 나무 아미타불 하며